Hello, are we on? Hi. It's so exciting to be back. I can't believe they invited me back. But welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had a lovely holiday. This is finally the well-awaited launch of the NCUCs. We're going to be talking about those. We have a really action-packed agenda for this live session. Obviously going to be talking about the NCUC release, also a chit-chat with Sosu and TNT Luna about the fan art program, and then finally closing out with a chat with TNT Dom. Before we jump into that, just a quick introduction to myself. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Kevin. I am a YouTube content creator. I primarily make Neopets content, just a lot of cozy vibes, cozy energies. And, I just wanted to take a quick second here to just plug the Neopets content creator community on YouTube. There's just so many awesome folks making content right now across the Amanda Files, Mrs. Grandpa TV, Chillery, just a few that come to mind. Please give everyone a check out, if you're always looking for content. And if you're inspired to make content, please join us. It is a growing and budding community with so much support. Outside of content creation, I also play Neopets a lot. I've been playing for close to 20 years, I want to say. I've dabbled in just about every facet of the site, between pet trading, at-sea trading, restocking, avatar collecting, trophy collecting, you name it, I've done it. I am currently playing through NeoQuest 2 on insane mode. I am almost done with Fairyland, so hope I don't die out on Tarask. And, if TNT, if you're listening, and I know you are, NeoQuest 3, let's make it happen. NeoQuest 3D does not count. But that's enough about me. I think we are all ready to just jump right into it. To talk about the NCUCs, please join me in welcoming TNT Fae and TNT Ivy. Hello. Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Your hats. I'm feeling a little bit left out. Oh my gosh. How are y'all doing?
We're great. We are Kachik. My Kachik ears don't work as well as Ivy's, but that's fine.
And you'll be doing this the whole time.
Oh my gosh, I am very jealous. I must get my own. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. I know that everyone has been waiting on the edge of their seats to learn more about the NCUC release. Maybe we can start ourselves off with giving a bit of an introduction. TNT Fae, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I'll start. So hey there, I'm TNT Fae. I've been working at Neopets for a little over 2 years as an artist and an art coordinator. Some of you might have seen me at San Diego Comic-Con this past year. I was doing little doodles on the floor. I've been a long-time player for over 15 years now, I think. And yeah, that's about it for me.
Awesome. And Ivy?
Yeah, so TNT Ivy here. A lot of you guys have seen me around the boards at Comic-Con, just like Faye. My main role here is marketing coordinator, and I'm also a graphic designer for the team. I've been with the company about 1.5 years now. It's been so much fun. Just like Faye said, I am a long-term player first and foremost. So I've been on the site since the early 2000s. I'm a PCer at heart. So I'm in there often with you guys, doing shuffles and, on my personal account and just chatting with y'all. So this release is exciting for me.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm sure we've crossed paths on shuffles. So definitely lots of familiar faces. Faye, could you maybe tell us a little bit more about the official launch date of the NCUCs?
Yeah, so we've spoiled it through a couple of posts by now. So you guys might have seen in the recent post, but our official launch date is Tuesday, January 23rd. And yes, it's the Tuesday of next week, the one that's actually close to us. It's actually happening. I know it's been a very, very long time. It's been several years. This announcement was made before I even worked here. And then I got to come in and kind of take a lead role on this feature. So I'm very excited for it. But yeah, and then some of you might have gotten a certain item called Studio Supplies during the Stocking Stufftacular event. So this is our official announcement that it is for NCUCs. It's for the Styling Studio, actually. That's what the new NC Mall is called. He's trying to get his hands up.
Y'all are making me real jealous right now.
We'll have to send Kevin a Kachik cat. Dom, get in.
We got to get you one. Yeah,
Dom, I know you're listening. Get him a Kachik cat.
Oh my gosh. So could you maybe talk about the timeline and everything that's kind of gone into that?
Yeah, so it originally started a couple of years ago. Around the announcement, there was a design for it in the process. A lot of other initiatives kind of got put in front of it, so it kind of got put on the back burner. And then we eventually actually picked it back up and redesigned it from scratch. If you want to know why it really, really took so long, we kind of dove a little bit deeper into it and kind of made some integral changes that I think will benefit users in the long run, and it will kind of benefit usability and stuff of it. So it's been quite a while, and it's been a long process in the making. Some of the most scrutinized art that we've looked at over the past couple of years, because it's very difficult to kind of match that nostalgic charm and that but also, like, art that came from 2024. We want to obviously represent our brand in the best foot forward. But
yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And like, even when I think about how, like, this is a fairly old site, so I can imagine that even the smallest changes probably take a lot of effort to make sure that nothing is like breaking along the way. So definitely recognize all the lift that had to happen to make this happen. So just know that we are all extremely excited. So maybe you could tell us a little bit more then about the details regarding the colors that are coming out with this launch.
Yeah, so we were a little bit hesitant to share all the colors at first because we weren't sure what was all going to be available, but we can now confirm that there's going to be fairy, Darrigan, and gray pet styles available for purchase during the launch. And it's not just the UC pets you're familiar with on the website. Currently, there's gonna be some very new or very, very old faces joining us. Maybe that pitiful gray drake that's pulled at our heartstrings for like a long, like 17 years or something like that. So yeah, you might see some very familiar faces, but what would you guys like to see for the next phase?
I have some thoughts, but Ivy, do you want to jump in?
Yeah, I mean, you got, at least the people that know me here know that I'm a Tyranian girl at heart. So I'm excited for Tyranian pets to come out. I'm hoping it's next. I know that they're not super popular, but I'm rooting for them.
I know you want that Tyranian so bad.
I do, so bad.
I know
so
you want just 12 of them.
I want a whole army of Tyranian pets.
Just so you know, I am a huge fan of them as well. And in this sample size of 3, we're a majority already. So it is popular.
Oh no, I'm out of the loop.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I think it's super awesome. And even thinking about, like, I can definitely see plushies and royals being a fan favorite. Personally, I'm also a little bit biased. I think it'd be super awesome to see pirates coming along the way. I know none of them got a UC version, so it'd be cool to see their art. But yeah, I'm just super excited to see what comes along the way. But you just talked about the pitiful gray drake and UCs we haven't seen. Does that mean we will also be seeing like the ones that never got a release?
Yes.
Pretty possible. Oh, you go on, I'm so sorry.
No, go for it.
You had me thinking about I got excited too because Kevin, you mentioned pirates, and that pirates we talk had a really cute old art pose that was very different. But no, Ivy, you go ahead and take it away. What are we gonna see? What do we got here?
Sorry, I got excited. But yes, you guys will see a lot of unreleased UC pets come back into circulation. Not just the ones that are on the site already, but like all the old ones. Beautiful new art. I mean, same poses, same everything. Just like the line work was a little crispy, so the art team fixed it up. It is beautiful, and you guys are gonna love it. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh, y'all! I'm trying to contain my excitement, but. Anyways, so I've been told that there's a little bit of customization examples going on. Maybe we have something to show with the new set of colors. Y'all, this the fairy hissy. Oh my god.
The live reaction. Yeah. Do you want to actually talk about yours first, Ivy?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm so sorry, you guys. I put this little poor baby in a big, scary, colorful world. When I customize, I really like to have contrasting colors. So I had a lot of fun with this. I tried to make sure to hit a lot of different, zones that are possible with UC pets. And even though you can't put actual clothes on them, there's still a lot of, potential here. There's a lot of different things you can do. And I'm so excited to have a gray drake. It's going to be one of my first pets that I get from this. I'm so excited.
I'm right there with you.
A baby.
I'm right there with you. Now
So
tell me
pitiful.
about this hissy. Tell me about this hissy.
I had to customize this beautiful baby boy first sight. These are some of my favorite color palettes, actually, like the turquoises, the purples. I think most of my personal pet customizations are very like blue and purple based. So I had to sport this little guy with the with the wings. He's so cute. I can't. It's insane thinking that this guy will be customizable on the website. I'm so excited to see what users do with this little guy's like beautiful colors. But yeah, I try to do a little bit of like color coordination when I customize my pet. So if they're kind of a more turquoise pet, I'll try to pull in colors from that. It's a little bit hard to work with the tan on the hissy, or maybe I'm just not versed in C items well enough. I am a PC girly as well, so I do not customize very often. But yeah, I like kind of putting my UCs in environments where they look like they belong there, so that they don't look so off-putting. I know they can kind of be a little bit hard to look like they belong in an environment, but yeah.
For sure. I mean, I think you both did a fantastic job. Like, I think what makes this really exciting is not only just the initial release of like Gray, Fairy, and Darrigan, but like this like sets such a great like premise, not premise. I can't think of the word, but basically it just sets us up for so much more excitement down the road, and like it makes me at least feel so hopeful for like everything that is to come on Neopets. It's a game that I've been playing my entire life at this point, I feel, and to know that there's just so many more good things coming, it's just very heartwarming, I feel.
Yeah, I'm excited for everybody to see actually what we have planned for this feature, because hopefully it will be much more than just bringing back the old art.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess like to kind of dive into more of the like the process and the logistics that went into this, was there anything like super challenging or interesting that you found during this process?
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned it briefly earlier, but the design did kind of change and evolve a lot since the initial announcement and since the initial phases, because we kind of started to dive a little bit deeper into just how many more UC pets there were and the potential behind all of the UC pets. So we kind of expanded it a little bit. So hopefully it's future proofed now. A really big hurdle was just the artwork itself. Really trying to like slide on that very thin line of nostalgic. This is art we've all seen before. I've seen this. I've been looking at this art for 20 years. I know if there's a pixel out of place, I will be upset. So we've tried to scrutinize this art very heavily, because we wanna bring you guys back what you lost a long time ago, and we don't want this to just be like something like just an arbitrary art change again. We want it to be for the best, for the users, what the users want, and give the users back some of that choice that was kind of taken away from them during the conversion.
Yeah. So I guess like also just thinking about the line work here, like I think it's such a great change. It feels like it's going to be much more cohesive, and even like looking at what's on the slide right now, you've still captured the essence of what that pet is/was. And I think you just only improved upon it and helped modernize the look. So I'm definitely a fan.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple more pets that got a little bit of a heavier overhaul on the next slide, such as that Chia. He needed some facial work done to him, just to kind of get him up to date. But yeah, the team had a lot of fun kind of balancing that line. Again, one of our most scrutinized pieces of art, but yeah.
They got a little glow up.
They did get a little glow up.
Yeah, your team did such a great job. I mean, just keeping the nostalgia of the pets, but also updating the line work, and just they're beautiful and consistent with the rest of the art on the site, and they're so well done.
Give props to the art team. Props to all of them. Clammy Hand, I know you're hearing. I know you're listening. TNT Clammy Hand, go tell him. Go tell him he did good. TNT Weirdo, tell him they all did good.
Yeah, I'm sure so much work went into this. So literally props to all of you. The art looks amazing, and I'm so excited. And I think something else that a lot of users, including myself, am really thinking about is like, obviously we have a lot of UC pets on the site. What is happening? Is there like anything confirmed on that front?
There is. So actually, to modernize this feature and to kind of pave the way for more fun things in the future, the UC pets that exist on the site will be undergoing a change. We will not be taking them away, but they will be changing. Since these are NC style items now, they will now be associated with kind of skins, I guess you could call it, that you can take on and off. That is what kind of seemed what most easy for a lot of these things. But during this process, all of the UCs on the site will receive a replacement item directly applied to them. So even the little UC coconut jubs will make sure that that little guy was not left behind. If you have one, you will still have one. He will just function a little bit differently now. And in addition, some particularly old pets, UC or not, might even receive a shiny new trophy. Because I know there were a lot of pets that existed back then that did not get to stay UC, and that's not quite fair. So we're looking out for those pets too. We hear you, we see you.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it like helps to accommodate, and like at the end of the day, like we'll still have the option to have that art, which I feel like should be the number one importance. And then there's also the trophy concept, which I've been rooting for since this entire announcement was provided like a couple of years ago. So at least I feel like it's kind of a fair trade-off, and you know, it's all about the sustainability of the site and kind of having a cohesive way to move forward, right?
Yeah, it is it's what's best for the product, and we hope that I know it will be a big change, but we do have a lot of cool things in store that I hope it will be worth it. It will be worth it to replace something old with a lot of different new paths in the future.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, exciting
So,
things coming.
for sure. But yeah, TNT Fae, TNT Ivy, we've all been looking forward to this so much. I just want to thank you both so much for joining us, giving us all this news, and yeah, just chatting with us. Before I move on, did either of you want to like give like a closing statement? You know, anything to add?
I did want to add one thing, because that's a pretty heavy thing to to end the segment on. But I do want to try to quell some maybe concerns that these will still function exactly the same as UC pets. Like you can still, as you can see, we customize them the same. They can still wear all the same things, but it'll just be a little bit different. You might have to traverse the NC trading boards sometimes instead of the pet trading boards, but we'll also be aware that people will still be looking for these things on the pet trading boards as well. So you do not have to. There's not going to be that much of a crazy change, but it will be a little bit of a change. And I hope you guys are very open to it, and we're excited for what's coming with it.
Yeah, and nothing for me specifically, but I'm right there with you guys in the PC. I know that this is kind of a shock, but you know, it's gonna be good things coming up. I'm excited to see this roll out, and you know, we want to thank you all, the community, for being patient. I know that this rollout took a really long time, but you know, we wanted to make sure it was perfect, and we didn't want to just, you know, throw something out there that wasn't amazing. So thank you for, you know, bearing with us for a little bit during this.
Awesome. Thank you guys again for joining us. We will all be on the edge of our seats waiting for that release.
January 23rd.
Woo!
Soon.
Awesome.
Thank
all right. Have a lovely one, y'all. So we're going to move right along to our next segment to talk about the anticipated fan art program. Please join me in welcoming one of our community ambassadors, Sosu, as well as TNT Luna. Just like waving. Hello.
No, I waved way too early. Like I was waving before I was even queued in. That was so awkward.
You got to stay prepared. Hi, thank you for joining us. How are y'all doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Also, Kevin, there have been many comments in the chat saying you look very dapper today, me being most of them.
Oh my gosh, y'all, thank you so much. I can't believe you noticed. I'm wearing a turtleneck. I've got my little Korean K-pop star look going. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, y'all, thank you so much for joining us. I know that there's been a lot of anticipation and questions just surrounding the fan art program. So I think it'd be super awesome to just have both of you here to help answer some of those questions. Maybe you could start us off, just like last segment, with an introduction to yourself. So do you want to kick us off first?
Yeah, sure. Well, hola, everyone. I'm Sosu, or Sosunu, or Neopets, and I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I have been playing Neopets for almost 20 years now. And even though my Spanish is my first language, I have been playing Neopets in English for over 15 years now. I'm also one of the community ambassadors, and I represent the art and design community within Neopets. And I have also been part of other fan sites outside Neopets, such as Sunny Neo and Shelly Neo. And well, if I'm not making graphics, you will probably find me collecting avatars or chatting in my guild.
Awesome. Luna, do you want to give us a little intro as well? What do you do?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I am TNT Luna. I take the She series. I really wanted to come on today with like a mysterious British accent, but I'm actually like just from a small town in the US, West Coast, Best Coast. And I've been playing Neopets since I got banned from Club Penguin back in 2008. And I am honestly just super excited to be here as the TNT community coordinator. So if you ever leave a comment on Instagram and I respond, that's me responding. You can also find me in, I like make some of the reels, and you can also find me in the Neopets Nation Facebook. A lot of wealth phobia comments going out. Shout out to my wealth phobic Neopets Nation members. And I'm also in the Reddit and the Discord. So I'll just be coordinating the community moving forward.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, it's nice to have you both here. I guess we can start off. Sosu, you've been a community ambassador for a few months now, and I know that you have also participated in some of the conception of the fan art program along with TNT Fae. How do you feel like this entire experience has been for you, and could you maybe just talk through that?
Joining the ambassador program has been nothing but great. And when I first applied to the program, I was really scared at first because I didn't know how many people would apply for the program. But being able to work with TNT this close has been really a dream come true.
Yeah, it's awesome. And yeah, like, I just want to say, while I have a moment here, first of all, we used to be guildies. I don't know if you remember me, but we used to be guildies. And
Kevin was guildies with everyone, apparently.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm not a guild hopper, y'all. It's just a coincidence. No, I just want to say, like, I've seen your layouts on user lookups for years. So I do feel like you have such a an iconic part of like Neopets culture at this point. So it's awesome to have you here to just kind of speak to things. Luna, like, obviously you're very well ingrained in the fan art program. Could you maybe tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh, totally. So actually, this has been spearheaded by TNT Fae. So if you guys have interacted with her, huge shout out. She's an incredible artist, did like my avatar artwork. That's like on my Discord profile and my user lookup. So I'm just kind of here, like I've been witnessing this incredible program, but the primary goal of this program that was sort of spearheaded by TNT Fae and got a lot of really positive support and feedback from Sosu and the art community on Neopets. Our goal is to promote and support artists who want to sort of sell their fan art on the site itself. And we do not take any profits from this. We simply just want to sort of like see all the incredible art you guys are creating and make a like almost a page dedicated to that to help advertise like your incredible artwork and discover new Neopian artists.
Yeah, I'm actually very thankful for having the chance to be involved in the creation of the fan art program from the very beginning. And we are happy to say that the art community has been really supportive from the beginning too. And TNT they truly want to support artists like myself and like other people who are actually right now selling digital art. So this is really this is going to be a good impact on the site moving forward.
For sure. And like, I think another question that probably is kind of floating around people's minds is like, you know, deadlines, the application process, what kind of has to go into that?
So we initially set the first deadline a month out from when we announced it. So there should be still like a good 20-ish something days to submit. As far as when you guys will hear back from us, we didn't want to give a set date just yet because we had no idea how many people would apply, but we have literally surpassed 100 applications already. And it's like very exciting. So we are not quite sure when we can get back to you all, but please submit. You still have time. And in terms of reviewing the applications, I will personally be counting every single finger for anti-AI artwork. And we have I'm actually just kidding. I will like not be counting all the fingers on your artwork. But we have like a team of artists both at like TNT and people who are very well versed in the digital space reviewing your artwork. So we're very excited to get the program started.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fantastic opportunity. And like, so I feel like this is something that's really near and dear to your heart. I know you have been a digital artist for a while. Could you maybe just speak to your journey in that digital art world?
Yeah, I mean, I have been making graphics from the very beginning. I joined Neopets. I will make graphics. I mean, before Neopets, I will join anime communities online. So I was just, I mean, my first graphics were just anime theme. So when I found out about Neopets and I saw the art style was kind of similar, I found that I could just really excel my skills. I mean, through all these years, I have been trying to find my style and, you know, trying to adjust to all the updates the city has gone through. But yeah, I mean, once I think about 3 years ago, I started to sell my layouts and graphics, I would say, but it was mainly because of the pandemic. I was put in a really odd place back when the pandemic came around and I lost my show, so I had to start taking commission-based work to survive. And I appreciate having the place here to talk about it, because I know there has been some misunderstandings surrounding what I do. The main idea of the program is to let everyone have a place to sell the digital art, not just myself, but for everyone. I have been trying to motivate people to do it through my boards on the art community or through some of the Discord servers we have. So yeah, I'm just really happy that this is actually going to happen. I think it's been like 2 or 3 months in the making. And from all the feedback we gathered to like being here right now talking about it, it's been really, really, really good.
Totally. Yeah. As an artist on the site myself, I am just super excited for this to be rolled out, specifically because in the past, I know that the Neopets terms of service have been like really strict with what you can advertise in terms of like your commissions or your artwork. And the fan art program, I would say, is a really big step on our side to sort of set a new precedent and create new opportunities for art on the site. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to say that I'm not actually the only graphic maker out there. I know there are so many others. So if you are actually watching this, you should apply to the program. We need more graphic makers and coders on Neopets. So yeah, I hope to see you all applying, hopefully.
Awesome. Yeah, I hope you continue to get like just a ton of artists on the site, and I know that there's so much more opportunities that are just going to be, you know, accelerated through this program. And I think I heard something around authorized sellers. Could you maybe talk about a little bit more about that too?
Yeah, totally. So let me, I guess I can just kind of walk you through how you can qualify to become an authorized seller, aka like join the fan art program. So if anyone's interested, I highly, highly encourage you to read like the very long guidelines that we've sort of put out, and that has the whole application process detailed. But the sort of key points are you have to set up a shop with digital products, and this is everything except NC cards. So you need to have at least 3 listings, and your shop can only be dedicated to Neopets. I know that there were some questions about this in the past, but the main reason why we request that you have a Neopets only storefront is largely due to COPA, which is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. So because we are going to be linking like your shop on the site, because we need to abide by these laws that protect our underage players, we can't risk the shop having anything NSFW that we're linking to. And so sort of like once you've read through these guidelines, have your shop set up, know what you're going to list in terms of commissions, you can go ahead and do a look over your application, send it in. And if you have any questions, Sosu has been so helpful on the art chat on the Neo boards. You can find TNT Fae in like #creative on the Discord. And I'm in my usual places. You can just find me on the Neopets Nation, the Reddit, etc. And yeah, just again, once you submit, please be patient. We didn't anticipate hundreds of applications in the first week, but we are so excited to look at everything.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think it's just a really exciting opportunity about just like, not only for folks that maybe are like larger scale artists, but like I think about the people who don't have that visibility, who don't have that platform. Maybe you can kind of speak to that as well.
Totally, totally. Yeah, so I just forgot to mention, this program is actually for sort of like artists on a smaller scale who are doing primarily fan art. But if you have like big ideas for merchandise or like something very large scale, you can totally look into applying to become a Neopets licensee through our contact us page or on our website.
Yeah, I feel like that's like such a great way to like give people a way and a channel to kind of work through and like bring their ideas to fruition while still like while being able to collaborate with your team as well. So I think that's super exciting. And honestly, like Neopets is so like there's so much art, and I feel like this now provides a really clear and concise way to be able to, you know, partner with artists on the site and create a different level of collaboration that hasn't existed before, because you're able to compensate artists for the art that you can then like put on your pet lookups and like create your own characters. And you know, it's not about just like reaching out to random people and hoping someone has commissions open. Like there is a
No, totally.
give and take.
No, like I'm like literally I remember being like, hi, is anyone doing button and font requests? I'm literally so sorry to ask for the 7 millionth time today. So I'm just really excited to like have a place.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I want to say that before the program, graphic makers like me and others have only relied on people's trust in order to increase our sales. So through the program, we hope to push the approved artists a little further and help the community have access to their shops too.
Absolutely. So, you know, it's like, it's just been really incredible to have you both here to kind of like speak to this program, because I think it's actually a huge and monumental step for Neopets as well. So yeah, just really thanks to both of you. Before we move on to next segment, like, do you have anything else you wanted to add?
Kevin, were we guildmates?
I don't want to say anymore because I feel like I'm incriminating myself at this point. Maybe.
Maybe. So guys, Kevin's recruiting for guildmates, I guess. I don't have anything to add, but Sosu, if you have anything, feel free to share.
No, I mean, I'm really grateful for being, for having the chance to be here. So thank you so much for having me. I hope everyone could understand my accent too. It's been like, yeah, I know you tell me that every time, but yeah. Thank you.
No, you guys did fantastic, and it's been awesome to talk to you guys. Awesome. So we're going to move on to the final segment here. Just the time to chit chat with Dom. So please join me in welcoming the CEO at TNT, Dom. Hi. How are you?
Great. How are you doing, Kevin? Thanks for being on again.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm doing all right. We're busy. We're living life. We turned 30. It's rough out here, but we're in it.
Well, I've been listening in, so your Kachik hat is on its way. Don't worry.
See, y'all, it pays to be a host. I'm finally getting my Kachik hat. But yeah, like, how were your holidays? Did you do anything fun? Anything exciting?
I'm great. It's good to have some time off and kind of like reflect and try to rest a little bit. So it's great.
Yeah, likewise. Just nice to spend some time with the fam and have some PTO and not be bothered at work. I guess this is technically work for you, but it's not work for me. This is fun.
No, it's okay. It's definitely my dream job coming true, and coming to work every day it's been very exciting.
Yeah, I can imagine. I have been told that there is an infographic somewhere out there that you may be giving some updates through.
Yeah, before we dive into the Q&A session, which we're going to answer most of the questions that have been submitted and voted by the community, I'd love to celebrate some quick wins for Neopets in 2023. Some of you might have already seen this infographics, but I just want to highlight the kind of initial momentum that we've been seeing. And I want to celebrate this with the community. Since the new leadership change in July last year, we've been making as many improvements as we could. Some of the quick wins that we see, like traffic, user engagement, and a lot of like returning lapsed users are coming back to the site. So putting us back on the map of like high growth, and I think that's great. So we've witnessed more than 100% increase in like the active user base, also the user engagement. And actually in December, we reached a new peak and we have close to 500 million page views. So we can continue to update this infographics and give better results. But on the other hand, I do understand that there's still a lot of issues that we're facing. I'm not going to lie. For example, the site performance, we have been working on a lot of the foundational upgrades. I think the performance improvement will be a lot more obvious in the coming few months. We've identified many of the changes that we can do, but as I have mentioned since a few months ago, the to-do list is long and we're churning through it. A lot of the improvements might not be obvious to the community and to our players in the past few months. It will be, and I promise that we'll continue to work on these improvements. Also on the security side of things, we actually have hired an external security firm to help us review. It has been in progress for the past 2 to 3 months. We have received some initial reports and recommendations on what we can do to improve the security and making Neopets a lot safer. So there are a lot of housekeeping stuff that we should be doing. So we're catching up on those. And to be honest, we haven't done a lot of these upgrades and much needed improvements for the past 5 or 6 years. So there's a lot to catch up. We're still relying on a lot of old code, but rest assured, we're working very hard in the background, and more updates would come along the way as in the coming few months. And lastly, I think another big issue is the botters. We actually made quite some decent progress, and although a lot of the fixes currently are hot fixes, but we believe that we have frozen most of the main accounts and many related bot accounts of the infamous Food Cup blotters and also other botters who have been exploiting some of the vulnerabilities that we have in our site. So I think we're making great progress on all fronts, and I'm very excited that we're starting 2024 in a great way already. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. First of all, the infographic looks amazing, and there's a lot of things that I caught that are personally a fan favorite for me. You know, the site performance, as you may have heard, I've been playing NeoQuest 2, and let me tell you, when it's lagging, it's painful. So I'm glad that's being worked on. And I think just like knowing that the site, like we're seeing activity returns on so much of the improvements that are being made on the site. And I think that in itself is such a huge win for just Neopets as a whole, not only the community, but for you guys. So really awesome to see that. And even the botters and like just actions on the site security, I think that alone just helps with the longevity of the site. It helps with being able to implement things like, you know, the Fairy Festival rewards in a way that, you know, it doesn't get abused. And I don't know, I think it's amazing. So thank you so much for walking us through that.
Oh, always excited to share more about all the updates.
Absolutely. So with all that said, are you ready for the Q&A portion of this live? Are you ready to get grilled?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what I'm here for. It's the re-up.
All
right.
It's part of my commitment to the community.
I love it. So I think the first question here, we did answer a bit earlier, but the question was, which UC pets are being released first? We did answer it with the Fairy, Durrigan, and Gray, but do you want to add anything else to that?
Yeah, I saw that there's a lot of heated debates already in the comment section. I want to say the team has put in a lot of thoughts and efforts, and we have been collecting feedback from the community on how to release these UC pets. We have sent out a survey last year to collect a lot of opinions and comments. There's always trade-offs between different options that we can do it. I believe we have found a way that's most fair to the whole community. I'm sure someone will still be upset because there's no perfect solution. But believe us, we have been debating this internally on how to do it. And all details would be released all at once next week. So stay tuned. And I'm sure it will be an exciting time for Neopets.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think all of us will be awaiting those details. You know, as a UC pet owner myself, it's definitely something that will be bittersweet, but I think that is fully trumped by the fact that all of these UCs are finally making a return for me, at least. So let's move on to the next question. We have one that is spicy to me. Did a TNT staff member give away items equivalent to trillions of Neopoints to some users?
Now, first of all, I'd like to thank the community for bringing this to our attention. So we have received reports and understand that most of these events have happened probably in 2022 and prior. So this is like kind of like way before the new leadership team is in place. So we are gonna investigate into it. We have started an internal investigation, and we'll keep the community posted. Do understand that there are a lot of logs that we have to go through to verify these claims and to understand what might have happened back then. So on one hand, take my words, we are taking this matter very seriously, and actions will be taken after our findings. On the other hand, we don't want to be doing a witch hunt internally with our team. So we want to make sure that we do our investigation thoroughly and before we update the community and update on our action plans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a great kind of approach, and hopefully we can get some clarity here and just some good resolutions. We're gonna move along to the next question. Okay. What is the stance on neo-truths having access to the database and sharing information online? During the last AMA, it seemed to imply a lenient approach towards individuals discovering vulnerabilities and accessing private data.
So I guess first of all, I think it's we're treating this matter very seriously as well. As I mentioned previously, we have hired an external audit firm and security expert company to help us upgrade our security on all levels. We have enclosed a lot of these vulnerabilities, and a lot of the private data are all safe. So I understand that like NT and maybe other hackers might still have access to certain parts of Neopets, but rest assured, I think most of the private data are very safe, and we are continuing to improve on that front. Also, I think the stance that we're taking is that it's actually very similar to other tech and gaming companies. We're treating this as kind of like a bug bounty program. So not just from NeoTruth, but we have been receiving tips and pointers from the community, including our community ambassadors and also like from other community members. And to us, NeoTruth has been acting like an ethical hacker. So NeoTruth has been offering help to help us identify our vulnerabilities. NeoTruth also reported a lot of bugs. So all these tips came in through tickets, and we don't really have a direct relationship with NeoTruth. But we have been acting on these tips and reports on multiple occasions, most recently including the SAP reports that happened during the Advent Calendar campaign. Also previously kind of like a vulnerability where we know that users are exploiting our generating items during the fairy festivals. So we have tackled the issues, and we have froze most of the accounts that we have found kind of like performing these legitimate actions. So it's great that we've been able to do that, and that's also related to how we've been able to identify the main accounts of the Food Cup bloggers and also the related accounts of them. So I think we're working very closely with the community, and we're also relying on a lot of these tips and pointers from the community. So if anyone knows know of more kind of like loopholes, let us know, and we'll patch it up as much as we could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's great. Just because, like, I know it's like kind of a strange relationship, just because I do think NeoTruth has done a lot of work to bring to light some of those vulnerabilities. But then, like, there's the question about just like fundamentally, is there something to be addressing here? And it sounds like both are happening simultaneously. So it's just good to hear that for sure. And I think that helps to have some users have a little bit more of a ease of mind. So let's move on to the next one. Could you consider taking actions to show appreciation for your dedicated player community internationally, like Australia and South America? Currently, they don't see any conventions held there, and they do also bear higher shipping costs. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so yeah, South America is our second largest market as a continent outside of North America. And both Australia and Brazil are our top 5 countries outside of North America, alongside with UK, Singapore, the Philippines, etc. So I mean, we love to be around the world as much as possible. But for physical conferences, we are exploring how we can make it to some of the cons and conferences in Europe or South America. But we, as with all the things on our to-do list, we have to prioritize where to go. At the end of the day, most of the team is still based in North America, so it's much easier for us to attend cons in North America. But we are looking at expanding more globally in terms of the con presence, presence. So let us know which cons you want to see us at, and we'll plan ahead. So as for the merch and the shipping costs, we are trying to setting up a new eShop, and one of the main criteria that we're doing is to make sure that the new solution that we're pushing out would be able to enable us to ship globally at a relatively lower shipping cost. So to make our merch much more affordable by our international fans. And lastly, we're also expanding our licensing program to have licensees around the world and not just have licensees in the States. But for new licensees that we sign up, it normally takes at least like 6 to 12 months for new products to hit the shelves. So I know it's going to be still some waiting time, waiting around for some of these new licensed products to reach the market and have it be able to available on the retail front around the world. So it takes time, but we're working hard on it. But with the eShop coming up sooner, hopefully by the end of this quarter, end of this quarter means by end of March, we will be able to have more kind of like merch that are produced officially by Neopets and be able to be shipped around the world.
Yeah, I think that sounds awesome. You know, Neopets is such a global site at this point. I've made so many friends on the site just that live all around the world, and to know that like that they are also being considered and prioritized, and like something is being like, you know, worked towards for them, I think it's just really great news. So moving along, is there any chance that stuck pet searching will be restored? It has been non-functional since December, and a significant portion of the community is eagerly awaiting its return.
Yep. I guess the real problem with stuck pets is like stuck pets shouldn't exist to begin with. So we are looking at updating kind of like any pound bugs and glitches. So the end goal is that all pets should appear in the pound using the browse function, so that it ensures that everything works smoothly. With that said, I know like we probably should be doing a purge to release some of these stuck pets. It's long overdue. If I'm not mistaken, I think the last purge was in 2015, 2016. That was like more than like 6-7 years ago. So we are looking into that. We know that we need to do a purge. We have the foundations planned out already. We'll keep the community updated with how and when we're going to do these purge. So it's one of the items that have been moving up on our to-do list. So yeah, we're working on it.
I just want to clarify one thing here. When you say purge, like, is that like, because when I think purge, I also think about like old inactive pets versus in this context where we're talking about stuck pets. Are you just talking about the ones within the pound, or is it just like holistic?
Holistically. So that.
Okay.
So I guess yeah. Holistic.
Awesome. Okay.
But that's why there's a lot of planning involved, and some of the more highly sought after pet names and things will become available again. So it will be an interesting time and how we do it.
All right. I'm a bit excited by that. I won't lie. So let's move along to the next one. Would you ever consider setting up a legitimate NC trading system within Neopets, like a trading post or auction house, but only for NC?
Now that's a great idea. So we are looking into it. But I think how we're prioritizing things, we probably should be fixing a lot of the bugs that are related with our trading post and auction system first before introducing more new features related to NC trading. So we are looking at, for example, like increasing the Neo point auction limit so that there's more legitimate trackable sales that takes place. I know like trading on Neopets sometimes can be very daunting because of our freezing policy in the past. So we have updated a lot of our freezing policies to make it more lenient, and so that there's like less witch hunt going around in the community. Also, we know that there's a lot of things that we need to fix to make the trading system a lot more modernized. So that would be our have a higher priority compared to introducing a new NC trade system. But these are great ideas. I think like once we fix that, the system in place would make us expand it to NC trade system a lot easier as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like focus on what we have first, and then we can start expanding further. Cool. And I think we have one more question here for you. When will the new TCG card be released?
So as much as I want to share everything with the community and be transparent, there's a lot that I couldn't talk about because the new TCG card, we're working very closely with our partner, Upper Deck, and a lot of these are still confidential, and yeah, we can't release too much, like any info prematurely. But I would say the only thing I can share is that we will be attending both San Diego Comic-Con and Gen Con this summer. So that would be exciting times. And I guess you know what to expect in those conferences. Also, we're finalizing the kind of like the year-long marketing plan with Upper Deck on a lot of these details. We're planning to share a lot more of these probably in the March AMA session. So similar to what we did today, we're probably going to talk into a lot more details about the whole TCG deck and all the cards and all the releases in the March session. So stay tuned. And I mean, I've seen some of the sample cards and they look lovely. And I'm sad that I need to hold back and not share more details.
All right, we'll be looking forward to that. I plan to, I'll try to be at the San Diego Comic-Con again. Hopefully you guys have the same drinks. They were great. And yeah, but Dom, thank you so much for answering these questions. I know some of them were a little spicy, but I really appreciated all the answers you were providing. Did you want to maybe add anything else overall?
No, I mean, I really appreciate all the feedback and all the comments that we've been receiving from the community. I hope that you understand that we're constantly listening and we're trying to find ways to improve. We won't be able to satisfy everything all at once, but I hope you enjoyed this new live format and we'll continue to make improvement.
Awesome. Well, Dom, thank you for helping us out here with some answers. I think we are ready to transition over to the much anticipated giveaway section. Are you ready?
Cool. Thank you very much, Kevin.
Yeah. It was awesome to see you again. Thank you all so much for joining this session. It's been so much fun. And a lot of this was stuff that I had no idea about as well. So truly was just an exciting experience. As you can see on the screen here, we have another giveaway code, New Year 24 AMA. Make sure you head on over to Virtupets within the Grundos warehouse, type that in, and you will be getting a lovely free item. I believe this will only be active for 48 hours. So please be sure to do that quickly so that you don't miss out on this item. Thank you all again to not only TNT, everyone that has been a guest on this live, and all the audience folks and everyone that has helped to make this happen on the backstage. It's been a fantastic opportunity. So thank you all for having me. And yeah, I hope we continue to have lots more lovely lives. All right. So I think we're going to close out right here. Bye.